The other thing I'd probably touch on, Kristy, too, that I think that a lot of us miss out on when we're trying to grow our firms is the level of the relationship with your direct reports. And I've studied a lot on this and learned a lot myself, but essentially, if your direct reports feel uncomfortable in bringing to you any problems or any issues they have in their role, then the relationship's not developed deep enough. It's so important that your direct reports feel 100% comfortable you as their coach, as their leader, as their mentor, that any problems, particularly within work and also personally, can come to you and say, hey, look, I've got these issues going on. Can we fix them together? A classic example of where this happens is when you get a resignation out of the blue and you're not even aware of it. It's just like, bang, it's a shock. That is a classic sort of symptom of relationships that you're not building deeply enough. Technology won't save you. We said that earlier. If you really want to grow your firm, you have to become the leader in your own firm and in yourself that people feel comfortable coming to you with their problems. Because if it's not, then you need to work harder on those relationships. That's the level that we're talking about here. Because, people don't leave firms, they leave their direct report. You're not going to have 100%, perfect success rate every time. But, perfectionists never get anything done. It's all about progress. But just keep that in mind, everyone, is that your firm at its core, right? If I could give you one message today, your firm at its core is about relationships with people. It's all people, and it's not technology. Technology is not going to save us. What's going to save you and everyone around us is the belief in one another, the strength of the relationships in one another to achieve a common objective. That's the main thing that I think Ed taught me is to become someone that people are comfortable coming to you so that, you can help them solve their problems in their career and in your business. It's a relationship, Kristy, that I think that we're falling down on in firms.
Yeah, I think that's a really great point, Jamie. There's lots of hype in the media sporadically about AI replacing accountants and bookkeepers because it's so fabulous. But all it does is create more space for better relationships. It can give you better data, it can be a useful tool, but it still needs the person in the business to explain it to the business owners. It still needs the team members in the business to validate and interpret, and managing those people relationships is so important because it's such a tough labour market at the moment. It can't just come down to dollars and what you pay your staff, because at some point you'll price them out and you won't be profitable and you risk your business. You've got to look at the workplace culture that you create, the relationships you create with the clients, how everyone interacts together, because it really is, our people are so important. Without our people, we don't get the freedom from our firms.
Yeah, I think, one of in the Ed Chan Black Book, Ed says, people are our greatest asset, but also our greatest challenge. And he's so true. So you really need to be the Jedi Knight master of managing your team, managing people with all the issues and idiosyncrasies that come to that. You really need to arm yourself with the skills, with the tools, such as no triangles policy. I absolutely love that. The no bypass policy is extremely important, debriefing after meetings. There's so many tools that we teach at Wize around the leadership aspect. And, again, I always stress to everyone, if you really need to develop those relationships deep enough and work at those relationships to build your firms, because technology won't save you. What's going to save you is the level and the connectedness and the depth of the relationships within the business. That's been my direct experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jamie.